G. Everybody say G.
G.
G stands for goals. Goals. G-O-A-L-S. Goals. Goals. Whether you know it or you don't know it, this is not taught in your classrooms, it's not taught in your education endeavors, in anywhere where you go. We don't have this important education with us. So the reason why most people don't set any goals is because they have never been taught how to. So I'm going to say briefly a few necessary things to do for a goal to be a good goal. Everybody say a good goal. A good goal. And I can borrow these things from the book called Think and Grow Rich, which is the most widely distributed book on success. If you read that book, it teaches you how to set goals inside there. But briefly enough, I can say, number one, and I've said this before, a good goal must be written down. That's number one. If it ain't on paper, Americans say, if it ain't on paper, it ain't a goal. If it ain't on paper, it ain't a goal. In other words, if you have not written it down, it's not a goal, it's just a wish. Now, what is the difference between a wish and a goal? A wish is something you wish to do. I wish I could make more money. No, that's just a wish, okay? But a goal is something that you must do. Do you see the difference? Yes. A wish is just a dream. You say, well, but a goal is a necessity. Okay, so the first rule is a good goal must be written down. And last time we had a speaker who was here, and he gave you statistics from one of the biggest universities in the world, the Yale University. And research was done back in 1953 of the graduating students at Yale University, and they found out that out of all students who were graduating, only 4% had written down goals. The other 96% did not have anything written down. And they followed these students in a period of 20 years or so, and then at the end of 20 years they did another checking to check how their lives had gone to be like. And they found out that the 4% of the students who were practicing this art of writing down goals were 20 times more successful than the 96% who did not write down any goals. And maybe this is why only 2% of the population today owns 96% of the wealth on the planet, whereas 98% of people are fighting for the 4% of all the wealth that's created in the world. It's because if you don't know how to set goals, then you are bound to work for somebody who knows how to set goals. Are we together? So, number one, a good goal must be written down. Number two, a good goal must be what? A good goal must be specific. It must be specific. That's number two. Don't say, I wish to make money in life. Well, I can give you 10,000 shillings, right? Isn't that money? It's money. So you've got to be specific. Don't say, I want to be happy. I mean, what exactly do you mean? How can you measure that goal? Okay? So a good goal must be specific. If you want to make money, say, I want to make maybe 20 million shillings by December 1st, 2009. And don't worry about the how. Les Brown, the #1 motivational speaker, says, don't worry about how you're going to do it. Just see it for the moment. Are we together? So a good goal must be specific. A good goal, number three, must be looked at every day. You must look at your goal every single day. The reason why people are not successful is because they don't even take a look at their goals. First of all, they don't have any goals, and if they have them, they haven't written them down. Those goals are just in their mind. You ask them, do you have a goal list? It's just on my mind. If it ain't on paper, it's not a goal. Are we together? And number 3, a good goal must be looked at. Now this is where you're going to have to discipline yourself, okay, to do this act of looking at your goal every day. And what happens when you look at your goal consistently? It gets printed more and more into your subconscious mind. And what's your subconscious mind? Subconscious mind is that part of your brain which works 24 hours a day. It cannot differentiate between imagination and reality, falsehood and truth. It can't. Okay? It's part of your brain. Whatever you tell your subconscious, it takes it to be that. Are we together? So the more you look at your goal, the more it gets printed into the subconscious. Let me give you an example.